let's see. Where are you? I'll just click your
Oh,
picture.
shoot.
Let's see. Let's see. Oh yeah, I remember when you asked. Was it how many women you slept with? That he gave me that book, and then you actually
Oh, I think
have
I
that
actually
book in you.
saw.
And then I think that book
Yeah,
is actually in the inventory. It just stays there. I remember I was sitting there
which is
going,
basically like, yeah, like Kama Sutra.
yeah, exactly. I was sitting there going, hey, Jahir, if you're nice, we'll try page 59. All right. Let's see. Have you ever been in love? I think I asked that. That was the one where you said, no, I don't think I've ever asked that one because I asked how many women have you slept with. I think he said in that warm, fuzzy kind of way once or twice, but with yeah. So let's do that one. Have you ever been in love?
Ah, yes. Now, this one, I think you can ask him a number of times because he won't tell you the truth at first. I forget exactly how many, but okay, so here's the first story of Angelo's first love. Of course I have. What kind of daft question is that? We all have our first love, even bastards like me.
Tell me about her.
What's the though? It's the same story the world round. Before I fell in with the lizard, my mother, God bless her, tried to send me to school. There was a girl, Sayuri. Oh, God bless that little heart. I sat behind her. Her hair smelled nice. So I slipped a note in her shoe cubby. We ate together. We took walks. One day I confessed. That sweet little smile of hers. I can see it now. Oh, actually, have to excuse me. I'm going to refill my water glass.
Sure, not a problem. And we're back. All right. So what happened to her? That's not what I asked at all. I asked something completely different. I didn't read that one. Can't
I
go back
actually
to.
missed what it was too. It was like yeah, what happened to her? Oh dear. Now I should explain about this. I mentioned earlier that I studied abroad my junior year of college in Japan, which is part of the reason why I wrote Angelo literally just before I left to go do that during the fall semester when I was still in the States. And because I was really looking forward to it, it was, Japan was very much on my mind, which is part of the reason why Angelo has all of that sort of
The Japanese that's
that's
from Couture
yeah, that
or
side to his
Karator.
personality. And to be honest, when I look back at it today, it's kind of embarrassing. But I wouldn't say if I could do it over again, I would take it out because I do think because it was something I was interested in, it gives a certain richness to his history. But you do get jokes like this, so you
Oh,
wound
I'm
my old
starting
heart
to see
with
where
that
this is
question.
going. Never mind.
Yeah, you see what I mean. You wound my old heart with that question. Tentacle demons got her.
Though I could say in your defense, that's not even so much a Japanese thing as anyone who loves anime will probably see where that one's going. All
Yes.
right, the the tentacle demons.
Tentacle demons, Chief. A real plague on character, especially in the schools. You don't want to know what they do with those tentacles.
Oh my god. Oh gee, and this is why people think Catholic schoolgirl uniforms are. You know what? I'm not even going to finish that. Let's see. Where are we going? Why do I get the feeling the story is something less than fact? Ew! Don't go near me. Ew! Who says ew? All right, let's go with that. Why don't I get the feeling the story is less than fact?
Hmm. Because you're getting wiser? I'll tell you the real story some other day.
All right. Now, should I keep asking him the same question, or shall we move on to others and maybe ask him that later? Let us
Oh, shoot.
go to see. And if you hear him talk, you're actually not that far off. Apparently, the
Oh,
years
good.
have. It's one of those things like riding a bicycle.
I
You
was just
never.
about to say the exact same thing.
Yeah, you never really forget. Let's see. Tell me the story about your first love. How about can I ask you about dot dot dot?
Oh,
Uh,
yes, this is what I see in a second. Ah, yeah.
oh, okay. I didn't. I've never tried this before. Ari and I are nothing. I stubbed her a long time ago.
Uh,
Which actually it's funny because some of the people that were voting now that they see Ari a little more, they're like, she's kind of whiny. I kind of wish I hadn't voted for her. Because even when she's not in the romance, she's like, "Oh my god, can we stop, please? I've been walking so long." Uh,
yeah.
that's all right. She's adorable. All right. How about Jahira and I?
Hmm. Strangely, Chief, hard as I try, can't find a fault here. Half-elf, brains, and years before she loses the looks.
Yeah, not to mention you kept trying to get
Oh.
her in bed. What was that? Was that one? I don't remember how long ago it was, but she was wounded or something, and Angelo's like, "Oh, here, let me take care of that."
Uh-huh. Yeah, he pretty much tries that on everybody.
Oh, nice. All right. Actually, we should probably ask her about emo. No. Oh, okay. Never mind. I am completely clicking
guess
wrong
it's-
buttons. Well, it looks like we'll find out what the second love story was. I just
Yeah,
asked him again about his true love.
Aye. Well, fine then. You understand I don't like to talk about this.
Oh, I hear a train.
Uh-huh. That'll be the Sotetsu line right on time. Oh yeah, so the reference here is a bit more obscure, but, you might still pick it out. What really happened was, Sayuri and I were in the army. She was a quick little scout. Quick as she was pretty. But after we finished basic training, they had this exercise to weed out the feeble. One day when we showed up for muster, some mage cast a spell, and we passed out. Woke up on this island. Given weapons and spell scrolls at random, forced to kill each other, friend against friend. There could only be one winner, and they'd be taken into the forest. Sayuri and me, back to back, we fought it out against our former comrades. And I've been fond. Oh, excuse me. And I've been fond of some of them. God, I hate to remember those days. It even turned my stomach, Chief, if you can believe that. Finally, it was just me and Sayuri. Well, like I said, there could only be one winner. And before I knew it, I had an arrow sticking between my shoulder blades. When I turned around, and she saw my face, she turned the bow on herself.
How can you turn a bow on yourself? That's a darn good question there. So how can you turn a bow on yourself?
It's not a pretty sight, believe me.
Does she like use her toes to hold the arrow or something? Or
It probably would involve feet.
okay, I'm curious now. I can think of 100 different scenarios that might have been drawn from. What were you thinking in particular?
Oh, Battle Royale. If you've
Right, that was one of the ones I was thinking. That could also almost come from Spock, if we don't kill each other. Or whatever that one, Captain Kirk, if we don't kill each other, they'll kill us both. Or Highlander, or, I mean, there's a million of those. You know, I never watched too much of Battle Royale because it was too depressing.
Oh no, it's a dread. Yeah, it's
Horribly,
I
horribly
haven't
depressing.
watched it twice. I wouldn't really care to watch it again. But
Let's see what else we got going on here. I ask you about Emoin. You know what those love stories remind me of? You want to know how I got these scars?
oh, from Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me every time it's a different story. Until finally someone just tells
Yeah.
him to shut up. Alright, but there it was creepy. Here it's just kind of funny. Let's see. Let's go with Emoin. What do you think of Emoin?
So this is the little girl who went to all that trouble for. Well, I suppose it was worth it. Clever and talented. She'll go far. Shame she loathes me, but I can't say I blame her.
That's not bad. Alright, do-do-do-do. You want to do more conversation? You want to go do something? Kind of your ballpark here.
Yeah, why don't we, I don't think there's actually a lot of fighting on this level, so you're gonna sort of wander around picking up some treasure.
Alrighty. We can do that.
And, oh, that's right. Yeah, it sort of started to talk about when I was writing this. Oh yeah, so I can sort of wrap that story up. It was just...
Alright, if
Although
everyone
the
can
first
remember
person-
how to walk through a doorway.
Whoa, stop right there. Whoa.
Oh, okay.
That's a net.
That's
Maybe
a
you can see.
that's a what? Hello?
Can you guess what will happen if you send somebody down that corridor?
Well, my
Judging
guess
from the screws on the walls.
is some sort of traps, perhaps?
Yeah.
I never
The
remember
only-
to detect traps. Hey, look at that! That's not
I
just
can't
a
remember if he disarmed or not.
that's not just a trap. That is a whopping trap right there. All right, let's try it.
That's like, oh,
Hey, trap not disarmed.
whoops.
I love
Sorry
how it
about
starts with
that.
his fingers, just so that he can suffer
Ugh.
more while he's disintegrating. Oh, gee. When was the last time I saved?
Oh, well, luckily, I guess you haven't really done very much.
I think I saved... Auto-saved in the maze?
Yeah, so you've killed the clay golem, so actually,
Oh, right,
the only
right.
thing you did
This
was
was...
talk
Yeah,
about it.
we're thankfully, it auto-saved right when we walked through that door.
No, yeah, that was the. That
If
was
I could
being
walk
unlucky.
back through the door would be nice. There we go. Okay, so let's not go
Yeah.
down that way.
Yeah,
That
so
way
I
would be
guess
bad.
since you got all the treasure in the room, you can just go back down and then up the other staircase.
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, apparently not only can that trap not be disarmed, but it doesn't like it when you tamper with it.
Uh,
How about that?
yes.
Eagle Claw, your step falters, your vision spins, and you feel something is very wrong. For an instant, you're conscious of nothing but the rushing of your blood. Am I saying this to someone? It kind of looks like...
It's like the narrator.
I don't know, it's just funny if you think about it, like he just suddenly turns to emo and starts talking like this. It's like, Eagle Claw,
Your
what are you...
stuff.
Yeah, like, what are you saying? I'm fine. The feeling passes, but far too slowly for your liking.
Hmm. Oh, that's odd. I think the person you're romancing is supposed to provide this dialogue, so it ought to be Jahira.
Yeah,
But
that's
it's
odd.
Angelo for some reason.
Well, I
It's
guess...
possible that he doesn't make any
Huh.
explicit references to the romance, so it might be alright.
I've never flirted with him, so... I mean, you have to flirt to start the romance, I assume.
Yeah, and there's no danger, there's no risk of starting it as a man anyway, because he won't
good.
actually.
Hey, hang on 1 second, folks, hang on. Alright, we're back. So, Jahir is supposed to be having this conversation, but Angelo is? You know, I was going to ask you, I've wondered. It does seem like Angelo intervenes a lot to say things, where I would assume it's just someone random is supposed to say something. Is it something you did in the code to make Angelo talk more often than the others, or is the computer just picking him?
Well, I think there are a couple of things. One is that you just, I think, coincidentally hit some of the things that he does comment on.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, in a lot of areas, I actually wish I had given him more. I think there are stretches where you'll find that he's awfully quiet. But,
Yeah, you told me that. You told me that in
we
throwing
do
a ball,
get-
he becomes a lot more talkative.
Yeah. So if you're not romancing him, there's not a whole lot that he does, during sort of the main section of Shadows of. But I think he does probably have more banters with the other NPCs than they necessarily have with each other.
Right.
Yeah, because he does have at least two with everyone else, and I'm not sure, if that's true for every other NPC.
Oh,
But you also might notice that sometimes
uh-huh, go ahead.
oh sorry, he'll comment in a place where nobody else comments,
Mhm.
and then the next bit of dialogue will sort of come off of his comments, and that was me not providing clear enough instructions to Kolyak, my coder, about sort of where I thought things should go. So he does have some sort of unique comments in situations where nobody else will, which was sort of.
Hang on, just 1 second. All right, we're back. So, no, well, what I was curious about is that it seems like, a lot of times the characters will comment on someone you're talking to. Like, for example, the captain of the ship, where he says, "May I direct your attention that he's wearing a plaid neckerchief or something?" Or like Angelo will a lot more than other characters will comment on he likes this idea or he doesn't think that's a good idea, and I like it. I think it's cool because it's fun to see what Angelo says. But I was wondering if because it looked like characters were just supposed to randomly talk, or if it's like maybe a flagged event that if someone has something to say, they'll say it. I've always wondered how that worked.